So I figured I would make a little update on the community project that we started on Tuesday. We've had a lot of contributors work on things, and we have this deployed out to an actual live URL, which I'll put in the description if you want to kind of play around with it. It's still a work in progress. Granted, it's only been 2 days, but this is what we have right now. We have the ability to come in here, and every so often we have a cron job that gets kicked off by Convex to run these LLM models over a list of maps. Okay, and after they run through the maps, we keep track of what maps they won, which maps they lost on, and we get a nice win ratio. Looks like GPT-4o is doing pretty good on some of the maps. Gemini sucks around the board. And let's look at some other features here. So like as it's playing through these games, you'll see them pop up over here. And as a user, I can log in and I can go and play a night myself. So we have a manual mode, which is pretty cool. You can come here, and if you want to try to beat this map, you can place like a player somewhere, and then you can place some blocks, and then you can try to simulate this to see if you won or not. And so in this case, the player got killed. He definitely didn't win. So the way the game logic currently works is all the zombies on the board will try to walk towards the player and try to touch them. If the player gets touched, he dies. And then the player, every round, gets to shoot at a zombie. Zombies have 2 lives, so after they're shot twice, they'll go away. So if you kind of run this, you'll see that it'll go and kill that one, and then it kills the player. So let's go ahead and place the player, and then I'm going to place some blocks here to block that zombie. Let's run the simulation, and I still lost. Let's try it one more time, and instead I'm going to place the player here and run the simulation, and I should win here because it gave me an opportunity to kill the zombies before they got to me. Okay, so this is the game that the AI is trying to play against, and you can kind of go back and watch how the AI did by simply clicking on the game, and you can scroll back and see a historic list of all the games, or sorry, all the levels in the game. And like we have smaller grids at 1 on this one, at 1 on this one. You can kind of reset and see where the player was placed and where the blocks were placed. Oh, I didn't mention you get the chance to put down 2 blocks, right? So when the game starts, you put a player and you get to put 2 blocks to try to survive, right? So if you notice this, it put the player at the far right and put blocks in between. So it's kind of smart enough to figure that out. This one, it put blocks to block the zombie. This one, it put the player right next to the zombie for some reason and put blocks randomly here and here. So this one it lost at. I've seen it pass a couple times on this one, but I think there's some things with pathfinding we have to simplify, because right now the zombie actually will take a shorter path to the player if that's a possibility. But we're prompting the AI that the pathfinding is going to be go right, go left, go down, go up. And so I think the AI is given some bad information about how the game logic works and why it can't beat certain levels. All right, so then we have a leaderboard. So as these AI models are playing through, and we do plan to add as many as we can, like I think Llama is on the list, Claude is on the list, Mistral, is that what it's called, is on the list. So if you have a suggestion of what AI model we should add in and a good API we can kind of easily integrate with, let us know. It'd be nice if like there's a single API that could hit all these, but that's kind of like where we're at now. And you can also view the levels. This needs to be kind of cleaned up. This looks kind of bad, but for every level you can see like, okay, what is the win percentages of the AI models. Now this is just a deployed URL. When you're running locally, I'm adding some more features where you can go to any night, which is like the board, and you can go to test AI and just test the AI directly on a board like this, and we can see how the AI will perform against that board. And sometimes the AI just picks bad spots. So we're trying to figure out like, what do you do if the AI tries to put a player in a slot that already has a zombie or a rock? Right now, when an error happens, it just counts it as a loss because obviously the AI didn't understand like the game rules. And we also got this test mode that we can use locally to kind of like force the model to run through every level. And then we can kind of like see the output there. So I'm going to run this real quick. And that's going to use 4o Mini to run through all the games like this. So of course, there's a couple of failures. This is a work in progress. This is only 2 days in. But as far as the community, I think we're doing a good job. We've closed 22 issues. And also, I mean, how many pull requests have we closed? 24 pull requests have been closed. So we've added a lot of features, and we have a decent amount of contributors. So by the way, if you guys want to join in on this, so if you join my Discord, there is a channel called Survive the Night. This is where we're kind of discussing what we should add in next and kind of brainstorming ideas. It's a lot of fun. So make sure you join in if you want. Some other things that are on the radar is we want to actually have some like nice graphics here instead of just characters. It'd be nice if this is actual like an SVG of a player, and this was like a rock, and then we had like the zombie. Someone did submit some images. We just have to add them in. That's kind of the update. So I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys join in and have a good day. Happy coding.